Well, hi there. This is Chris from Poorboy Raceway and Hobbies. I actually got a time-lapse build we're going to start here. It's with the 5.7 Designs Aero dry car. It's actually customers that purchased off 5.7. They actually started off with a Traxxas-based dry car, and they wanted to get a kind of a custom or specific chassis for it. And he came to us last night and said, "Hey, I won't have time in the next week to even get a start on this. Do you want, or could you even start building it, or could you build it for me?" And of course we said yes. So something I've never built. From initial look, I did open it up, take a look at some things. I'm like, wow, it looks like it's got some metric, it looks like it has some standard in it. So I don't even know what tools to use, but we're going to get started here in the shop. I'll set up as time-lapse, so there will be no real volume or sound to it. But if I come up to something that's kind of interesting, I'll actually go back to a regular video record. So I'm going to do this as people come in and out, so hopefully you'll enjoy, and we'll get started building this kit here right away. Alright, actually it's day 2 on this. Didn't get too much done because we had racing last night, but I'm going to continue on with the time-lapse build. I did take a look at a little bit of the video. I kind of wish I had something else to put on the ground or on the bench while I'm building it, just to get a better reflection. I mean, looking through the display case kind of makes it a little bit difficult. What else can I say? I was going to print off a copy of the manual, even though it's only 2 pages and just looking on it on the computer over here. It's a little bit difficult. I mean, I have to admit, the manual and the car was definitely put together quickly. Basically, I would say it wouldn't be for somebody who's never built a car before. But I've built a 5-cent conversion car. That went together perfectly fine. This is going together fine. It's just, I have to pay a little bit more care and attention while building it. So, if you're in a rush. I also got told last night, because it's one of our local off-road racers that actually bought this car, that he wants it for Saturday morning. So, I'm definitely going to have to put in some time and get this done, most likely today, because tomorrow's looking up to be probably one of the busiest days I've had in the last couple weeks. But I have to say, I'm going to have to get this thing pretty much built today. I got one other thing I have to do here before I start the time-lapse, but here's basically the car, front end's done. Still have the bumper part A, even though it's interesting found. It says part A in the manual. Bumper's here, you can see. Get that put on, get the B done, then go into C, which is rear suspension. Here's the extra parts I had. I just put it in a Ziploc bag so it's easy to see. I notice I still have to get my calipers, just to make sure I'm putting the right screws in the right place, and we'll definitely go from here. So stay tuned for the rest of the time-lapse build. Alright, well technically it's day 3 now of the build. I ran into a slight issue yesterday. I misplaced. I'm not going to blame anybody, like, if it wasn't in the package, but I misplaced, or somehow one of the front shock bushings that goes around the shock shaft that covers the bottom of the cap and goes in the shock body. Could not find it. And at that point I actually went off camera and tried to see if I could find something to work. Now, here in the shop I had some Custom Works parts, I had some B6 ones. The B6 ones definitely do not fit. There's no way you can get them to work. The shock shaft is actually bigger than a B6. I mean, I do have some small reamers, and I possibly could have took the plastic one and did it, but it also didn't fit in the cap and the shock bottom quite as well. So next I looked at the Custom Works. Now the Custom Works, I mic'd it, and it was very close. The shock shaft fit on, but it was just a slight bit too tight. So I'm like, oh, this really kind of sucks. So I ended up using Custom Works ones in the front. I did have to hone it out. I do have a reamer that was just slightly bigger than the shaft, where it actually flowed freely like the other front one did before I replaced both Custom Works and both. But yeah, seemed to work. So in the pinch, you could possibly get a Custom Works one to work. And being that the front shocks don't really, since you're going straight for the most part, I think if it even was a little bit stiff, you could kind of get away with it. But we'll see. I got the new bushings or collars on order. Actually, it's on my next 5.7 design order. We're going to get it actually ordered in, and then we'll replace them. But for now, he basically wanted this car for Saturday, so I'm the best I could do about getting it done. And if I come up with the other collar here somewhere, I thought it was in the box and I couldn't find it. It might have fallen out. I should know after 30 years of building that I should pour everything into a bowl. And I didn't even bring a bowl to finish up the body mount and the wheelie bar, which is really my last two things to put on this. And then they're going to take it. He's got a slipper assembly for it, so I guess we'll go back to the time-lapse build, and I'll finish up the body mount and this. And then the final thing I'm going to do is basically have what I think, my final thoughts on the car. And we'll leave it to the end there to do the final thoughts, and we'll go down to the time-lapse build. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Alright, so here it is, completed with the wheelie bar assembly. Still missing the slipper setup, which the owner's actually going to put on. Servo and electronics to go in here. Basically, it comes down to final thoughts. Wow, this kit is intense. It actually has really nice fit and finish. Carbon fibers cut nice. The Delrin looks good. The aluminum looks good. I'd say it's pretty much second to none. But my biggest problem with this kit was actually the manual. They'd have sentences for everything you had to do, but no actual picture to back it up. So you're literally double checking every time you do something. So it was one suggestion: if you never built a kit, pay attention. So if you're a new builder, you might want to get some help to build this. If not, it's a pretty fun kit. Pretty good, done, ready to go. Customer will be happy to be picking it up tomorrow. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching the build.